Yeah, I do actually look like that. Morning guys, how are you all today? So, early start for me. I think it's about, 6:30, something like that. Got so much to get done today. Look, wow, that hair though. Got so much to get done today. And also, I want to watch Game of Thrones before the kind of working day starts. So, looking forward to seeing that. The first one last week, you could tell that they've had a big increase on budget and that they've maybe tweaked the storyline a little bit, because last season, apart from that one episode, I was really disappointed with Game of Thrones. I thought it was actually pretty boring and lame. So apparently they've stepped it up significantly with budget, funding and everything else this year. So let's hope that that carries through. It's definitely, I felt that it kind of showed in the first episode, so let's hope it does in the second one. And then this evening I'm going to watch the new series of Mad Men, which is one of my favourite TV shows. The only sad thing is that this is the last season, and I believe they might split it into two like they did with Breaking Bad. I hope not, but it is a possibility. And yeah, Mad Men, such a great show, great acting. And I also love the way that they do all of the costumes and the way they just set it in the correct time and stuff. I think it's absolutely fantastic. Very, very clever people must work on that show. So I'm making a cup of tea, and yesterday I showed you those posters that I picked up at the gadget show. What I forgot to mention to you was that, and I got loads of people asking me, was that you can't buy these things online. I asked the guy in the stall, because it was just like a little stall at the exhibition, if they had a website, and they don't. Sorry, I'm just making this cup of tea. Yeah, they don't have a website, so you can't buy that online anywhere, unfortunately. So you had to buy it at the show, and I think probably the reason for that is that they would probably have all kinds of copyright issues by knocking up those posters, because they were, ripping off other people's characters and people's intellectual property. So that's probably why they don't sell them online. They can probably get away with it at a show because you haven't got copyright people walking around checking on you, but online they definitely wouldn't get away with it. So unfortunately, you guys cannot buy those posters online. So it is 6 o'clock in the evening. My hair has gone wild for some reason, and 6 o'clock is evening, right? I always wonder if 5 o'clock is evening or 6 o'clock is evening. For me, I think afternoon stops at 4, but then I suppose people are still at work at 5:30. They can't really say good evening, can they? So it must be afternoon. What is happening with my hair? I look like a right wig head. But yes, I am just popping out to the DIY shop because I need to just get a couple of bits for my house. I've got to get some sandpaper, some filler, just to finish up a couple of bits that I wasn't particularly happy with from all the decorating and stuff that went on last week. So popping down there to do that. And at lunchtime today, Jade and I popped out to Blue Water, where finally Five Guys has opened. And for those of you who don't know, I know I've said this loads of times on the vlog, I was going to say podcast then, but in the UK we haven't had Five Guys up until about several months ago, and even then it was only implemented or installed, or that's probably a technical, a geeky way of saying it. The shops didn't open until very recently, like I say, and they only opened in a couple of locations, so London and a couple of other places. And Blue Water, which is probably one of the biggest shopping centres in the UK, where we go all the time because it's just down the road from us, they didn't have one. But they've closed Ballon's down and they've opened Five Guys, and they've been putting it all in and doing the refit for absolutely ages. And finally today it opened, the first day it opened. So they had all of the Americans over from Five Guys in the States, because in the States, for those of you who don't know, Five Guys is everywhere, but over in Europe they're nowhere at all. So they're just kind of breaking in over in Europe. So it's absolutely awesome to have Five Guys over here. Definitely my favourite burgers, I think. Maybe Byron's is a bit better, but I love Five Guys. Very, very good quality food, considering it's just a fast food chain. So that was good. And I also got that epic picture of that old lady who was in her kind of invalid wheelchair type thing, electric chair, and had an iMac hung on the back of it. That was absolutely epic.
definitely the best photo I've ever taken. I couldn't believe my luck when she just pulled in front of me. So that was very, very cool as well. And in fact, if I can, I'll try and put that in the vlog, that picture. I'm not sure if iMovie on the iPhone will let me add that in. And another reason, we were talking about the iPhone yesterday, the other reason I really like doing it on the iPhone is because I can film on the iPhone, add it straight to iMovie, edit it, and then upload it all in one go. So my workflow for the vlogs is actually very, very efficient, and I like that very much. It also seems to compress the video significantly more than all of the others. Like if I do like a 10-minute vlog on the iPhone, by the time I've uploaded it, it's quite small. If I do a 10-minute vlog on the HTC One M8 or this Galaxy S5 or any other phone, it's about 500, 600, 700 meg, which takes a long, long time to upload. And sometimes I upload these whilst I'm on the go. So to upload that amount of data is a bit of a pain in the backside. But like I say, the iPhone does it extremely nicely. Anyway, I'm going to pop into the DIY shop. I'll be back in a bit. So I've got back now from the shop, and I went to charge my little RC car that you guys have seen before. And when I plugged in these ones here, these little, show you here, these things that I use to actually charge it, I do a balanced charge between all 4 cells, 2 cells on each. I forgot to unplug it, battery warning, I forgot to unplug it from the car, and I think it kind of blew up this little unit here. So I've got to try and find a new one, but I don't know really what to search for. And I know some of you guys are quite into your RC cars, so please do tell me what I can search for to find this again. Let it focus in. So it's basically a little converter. It goes from this kind of connection to these two sort of connections, like that. So yeah, if you guys know what that is, please do let me know, because I need to try and order another one. In fact, if I show you this here, you might see that one of these things here looks a bit different to the rest. Let me see if I can get that to focus. Hang on. Maybe too close. Don't think it's going to focus. Anyway, it's definitely broken. So yeah, if anyone knows how to order that, then please do let me know. I also just realised that Californication came back out today, and it's the last season of Californication as well. I don't know what I'm going to be watching when all of these decent TV shows end. And Californication is Jade and I's favourite TV show that we kind of watch together. Like, Jade doesn't watch a lot of them. She watches all of her shitty reality stuff, and I watch all of my crappy American TV shows. So that's the way we kind of split it. When we have a sort of want to get out of each other's hair, I watch my bits, she watches her bits, and that's the way it kind of goes. And Californication is one of those that we watch together. We also used to watch, what was that other one we used to watch together? House, but that ended. And we also watch, oh good lord, what is it? Good lord? What the hell was that? True Blood we watched together as well. So not a huge amount. There are the odd other ones as well that we watched together, but mainly Californication and True Blood are the kind of most recent ones. So really excited to watch the new Californication tonight. If you haven't seen it, you should check it out, because Hank Moody he's called. He's actually Mulder from the X-Files. X-Files, if you've not watched every single X-Files, then you should be ashamed of yourselves. So yeah, the guy out of X-Files, whose name escapes me, but Mulder from the X-Files is the main guy in Californication. So looking forward to watching that. And that is pretty much it for me today, guys. Sorry it's a bit of a short one. I haven't really had much to kind of update you on, because we did that long one yesterday. But either way, I will be back with you guys tomorrow. Have yourselves a great evening, and yeah, be cool. Peace.